Yeah, I said it. I enjoyed, to some degree, Netflix adaptation of Cowboy Bebop. I said what I said. Eat my ass if you feel differently. I'm joking. Not about liking it, but about eating my ass. Listen, we all have opinions, just like we all have buttholes. So just hear me out, okay? Just hear me out. By the way, hi guys, it's Luna, and welcome back. We're talking about some Cowboy Bebop. Now, to truly understand why I enjoyed the Netflix adaptation, I did not watch the original Cowboy Bebop. I know, oh my god, surprising, oh my god, what? Crazy. It looked boring. I heard about Cowboy Bebop a long time ago, and it just never piqued my interest in any way, shape, or form. I'm just gonna be honest here. So when the Netflix adaptation came out, I was like, okay, maybe I can enjoy this because it's more of a fresh, newer look on the show.
Are you sure about that?
Spoilers, it's not. So against my better judgment and the opinions I've been seeing on Twitter, I went in somewhat eager. And I have to say, I was not disappointed. Now, would I call this adaptation good? No. I'd say for television of this time, it's decent. It's a show. It's not like god awful. I put it as like a show where it can improve, so the second season could make it better, but the first impression wasn't the best. For an anime adaptation, it seemed like someone described whatever anime it was, and they just kind of rolled with it. That's how it seemed at first anyways. Cool. My computer had a stroke, so I don't often do things like this, but I had to re-record all of this anyways. Well, I'm doing that now. So instead of me shitting on it like I usually do, because I think it's been done to death at this point, I'm gonna tell you guys all the shit I love about this. You're gonna have a little bit of a drunk me because I was thinking I was gonna edit this, not do this, and record it. So yeah, here's why this show, well, let me not use the word good. Let me say, this is why this show was decent to me. It was something to watch. I think we all have shows like that, where you're on Netflix and you just have watched all the shit you watched before. You just want to try something new. So you watch this entire series, probably binging it or some shit, and it's just meh. I watched this. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I did hate certain things about it. Like every female character I kind of despise. And let's be 100% here, Ed has always been cringy. Alright, I just gotta put that part in there. Let's stop pretending as if Ed was ruined by the adaptation. No, they always were like that. Could have been better done. Not gonna front you there. But yeah, let's not lie to ourselves here. Every other woman in the show disliked, hated, actually never wanted them on screen, didn't want to hear them talk, hoped that they just be erased from the show at the end. I hate all women, I'm a man now. Their presence made me physically hurt. The plot and the visuals weren't too bad. Again, not comparing it to the original show, which I did watch, but only 5 episodes worth, and just going in here freehand kind of. It was pretty like basic. If this was just the start to a plot of a specific show, I think I'd be interested, and it very much piqued my interest. And the graphics were very beautiful. Actually, I think that they did that well and gave off this vibe and this feel that I genuinely did enjoy. I think the character development was decent. I think they made more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Having a stroke here. They're a bit more attentive on how they actually develop the characters, because I'm pretty sure in the original Cowboy Bebop, it's kind of like we're separate but together. Like, they're like normal human beings. It less of like a show where like, oh, we have to have that character development, and they're like, oh no, this is like a show about people, which 3 adults being around each other but not having to breathe down each other's necks and really have to make this weird connection all the fucking time is normal. Okay, that was a bad way of explaining it, so let me say it this way. People like Jet and Spike were friendly, and they also worked together and lived together, but Faye didn't necessarily live with them for the longest time, nor did she know them like that, but you know, circumstances happened. And though I'm sure they grew to love each other in the end, or at least give someone a fuck about each other having a stroke, or at least give someone a fuck about each other, it wasn't this normal anime closeness we usually see with honestly younger characters, because they grow attachments way quicker, easier, and probably more deep. To be fair, these are adult characters, so while it is nice that they're trying to really foster that relationship with these characters, they're adults. They don't have to have this
this really close type relationship.
Also, while I do hate Julia. I think I just combined Vicious with Julia, but while I do hate Julia with a burning passion, singing A1, my dude.
This world has teeth, my love, and I bear the scar.
And I actually really love her singing, and that was like, oh, that's so beautiful. And honestly, I took a break from making this video because of some personal stuff going on. So instead of boring you with the rest of my 15-minute opinion that you've probably already heard and it's been stomped down your throat to death, let me just finish it up with it. You know you did a bad job when Detective Pikachu got a better reaction than you. Hell, it got canceled recently, or at least the season 2 got canceled because people were so irritated with it. Hell, coming out of the gate, you have several actors, or at least I think one specifically, saying and doing things to actively piss off the community. There was so much they could do with this, but also it's not as if this is the only one. I think we all have to kind of come to terms with anime adaptations are just in general bad. If you've ever seen like the Japanese adaptations of a lot of popular animes, you'd think this one was a godsend. I'm not even joking with you. There are so many and they're so bad. Like so bad. It's a little hard to tell the difference between like the fan-made movies and the actual live-action movies. Why are some of the fan-made ones better? Okay, anyways. Some animes just don't go over well, or they're not good for adaptation. They're not good to be in a live-action setting. They just don't flow the same. It's basically just the whole problem with Ed, right? She's just cringy no matter what. No matter what they did with that character, it was going to be cringy to an extent if they stayed with how the character was. Inside the anime, outside the anime, there's no indication that character is anything but cringe. To be fair, they could have done it a bit better and not just been like, hey, we're just gonna not even try, but you could have did something. I don't know, maybe there's nothing they could have done, but the rest of the character they could have tried on. They could have actually did something with the other characters. They just chose to do what they did. But then again, none of my opinion really matters because it's canceled now, so what's the point of even talking about it? I think this could be something, and I think they should try it again. I just think there was this kind of attitude of like, we're doing this and you should like it, instead of we're doing this because we like it and we want to enjoy it. And I feel like when you go about that type of attitude when it comes to people like anime fans and whatnot, you're just setting yourself up for failure. But that's just my opinion. There, I just saved you 15 minutes of me rambling about something you've already heard about. Anyways, I'm done. Let's hope Avatar is better. I mean, it won't, but hoping.